Very good afternoon, and all the honorable dignitaries present here, respected audience. It's my pleasure. I'm Girish Sharma from Netmagic IT Services Private Limited. I really thank you, everyone present here. You have been so patiently hearing so many presentations. Our average span is really much lesser than what we are going through today. So I sincerely appreciate. With this good afternoon, I really wanted you to be a little bit awake, so that whatever the key messages I want to pass on during the next course, maybe, it is just a great opportunity for me to see that what we can contribute to the great mission of smart cities across India. I'll try to keep it, very limited with the words and to the point, so that, I can use the limited attentions I have now, given so many presentations. It is I'm sorry, voice gone. Hello. I'm sorry, I hope that I'm audible there. I think I really sincerely appreciate the way Smart City mission started in India. The set of objectives which was set was really a clear guidance, right from the government flowing down. It's a very professionally managed mission, and we see the impact. We really see the impact of such digital transformations in our routine life. I was just talking to someone and they told me that how even a messaging your PNR quickly gets you service during your commute on the railway. So you see the impact of such small changes which are taking place. So what the key thing which I feel is the great contribution what industries like us are coming up here is also a kind of impact on the governance which is happening across India. Each and everything that we are doing is surely going to impact, and it is going to make life convenient for a common citizen of India. Although it might seem that the projects are really at very, very high level or they are really time consuming, but they have a real ground impact. These are some of the missions which I have highlighted, how Smart City mission has set out clear objectives. If you see, one of the key mission is objective which I really loved, it is robust IT connectivity and digitization, right? You see that all smart city or digital transformation which we are talking about is going to roam around. One of the key things that we are digitizing the data, we are storing it, we are accessing it on a continuous basis. So that's why you need to have a constant connectivity to access those services and give your feedback, your inputs, or your requests through it. This is how all smart city missions are really going to roll out. If you see, we will keep on, this is a kind of journey, you'll keep on seeing addition of multiple modules, multiple of IoT devices, right? They are going to keep integrating it and taking this as a journey, as a lot of speakers addressing here, they said that, first few modules might be, say, ITSM itself, or it might be a smart SCADA system. They might be limited to 1-2 modules, but it is further going to develop. How we at Netmagic, if you see that what we are going to contribute to this mission is through cloud services, data center services. That is the core strength that we have been delivering for last 22 years in this industry. We have been doing data centers, and now after NTT on board, we are the world leader in the data center space with presence across 180 countries. Here, the key thing to be observed is in any smart city mission where all data is stored in cloud, the cloud becomes brain of the city from where you are able to access the next set of information. It is further going to be developed. As Sanjay sir also pointed out, that we will be going into more of analytics, we will be going into more of BI, we will be having huge databases to further act upon and suggest the next course of action, right? So that's why I say that this is a journey. It is just a starting point, but at the same time, starting point should be right. One thing which we are doing wrong will actually have a corrective action in future. I want to give you a lot of examples. Recently, did you see that what happened in Bengal by-poll elections, right? It was a very small issue. It was a by-poll election, but we saw a lot of unrest. But such unrests, which are common in the city, how do you save your smart city missions from this? When you have a data center within your city, which is not safe and secured, and any unwanted people can enter that, they are able to enter, all our government offices. Even if they plug out one wire, a lot of your services will be down. So that's why how do you design your data centers is very, very important. So that's why keeping the brain of your city safe and taking a big decision in the right way is really very, very important while designing this entire strategy. All the modules of the smart city mission, as you know, the objectives set out the different, the key areas in which we can work initially might be safety, transport, governance, water supply, energy, or environment. All these key areas are the focus areas, and we are seeing so many projects being rolled out. We at Netmagic, we have been participating in smart city missions and objectives with various set of services from our portfolio. We have been able to, right now we are already, hosting so many smart individual modules of smart city with us, and we see that we have right from a continuity service like disaster recovery service or a data center service with our managed services, or even the object-based storage services, or an integration of multi-cloud platform. We are able to deliver these multiple modules and address the requirement there. Taking it more forward, the key thing is we have been contributing to such missions, and it really impacts so many people. I really want to bring out some of the things which we realized, even as a very small smart toilet mission was done, and we really saw that it's a very good mission where you can use a smart toilet, you can give your feedback. All your feedbacks are reaching the right officials who are able to see immediate response whether toilets are clean or not. Not only this, with the help of the clear control platform, you are able to identify in which areas toilets are clean, in which area they are not, right? The impact is huge. And it is just a part and parcel. It is just a small example that how by digitizing the data, by doing immediate availability of the data points right from the people who are using government services to people who are managing government services can create a big impact. Right? We really saw this. There are so many feedbacks coming about using of the smart toilets, how people are using, in which areas they are finding it right, in which area they did not find it clean and hygienic. And an immediate action is actually distributed to the people who are responsible for acting on those toilets. So that's really important. That's why it is creating a big impact. We recently worked on Digi Thane, which is nothing but a governance portal by Thane Municipal Corporation. Again, the key impact which we saw is immediately people started using the portal. One thing is all these missions are nothing but they are public participation. We need to have that participation, and even with the smart city mission, one of the things is while government is laying out so much infrastructure, people have to be able to use it in a judicious manner. Right? They should be able to use it, and that's very important. I'm sure we will see many missions where once government is rolling out even one module of a smart city mission, you will see a lot of education coming to the people that how to use it, how to leverage it, and that's very important. We saw that even Digi Thane portal, which is hosted with us, the entire platform, we saw so many requests coming onto it, and people started using and leveraging it. At times, to give you the real example is, rather than going to any office and getting some of your documents, it is easier if you log on to the portal and send your request. Because here, once you send a request, you are able to track the timeline in which you have requested, where it is pending, and how do you keep a feedback mechanism there. That's very important. So at time, using such missions is more convenient than what we have been doing. And that is the big impact. And we at Netmagic, we are very proud that we have been able to contribute to such missions. The city cloud, as I mentioned, is a great journey, and you will see that this cloud, the data center and the cloud, they will become brain of the entire objectives. Here is a classical example that how a city cloud can even help a smart healthcare system. You'll see that for the city, entire patient record system can be at one place. You can have all the clinics in that area. You can have all the hospitals in that area. Even the ambulance services nearby can be integrated with the same platform. You can imagine that one patient can avail so many services through a single database, and we can actually control. Even if in a city we are coming across some unnatural event and we see some diseases spreading in the area, we can immediately check if we have the right set of medicines available in that area, and that's a great impact. And with this impact, I really want to bring this to attention that when we will become so heavily dependent on city cloud, when we will become so heavily dependent on our data centers, the key thing is we need to design our data center and cloud in such a way that we are able to address this journey end to end. right? We have to scale from here. The module first is just the beginning, and the journey is too long. That is my core idea, and that's why I feel that, cloud and data centers should be taken as, the right thing where we are going to scale in future. You will see that here even the doctors are integrated. They can actually check the patient's record for all the time. He can quickly check its entire medical history and then recommend whether he has some allergies or not. And then accordingly, he can give a solution. All this is possible if you have your data in place, if you are able to access the data continuously. Here one thing is, we have been accessing, all of us have been accessing taxi services across India, right? I don't think any of us know where those taxi services are hosted, right? We don't even care about it. You just take your mobile device and you will be logging into it and you will start using it. It is very important that you don't know where it is hosted. But on the contrary, what we see at times in the government area where I would like to bring their attention to it, they are very focused. They want to say that if I'm doing, say, Surat Smart City Mission, I want to have my data center in Surat, right? It should be irrelevant. You should think the bigger perspective, because City Cloud will become the main point of contact, right? Where all your data is available. Why it should not be or can be hosted in Surat is a secondary decision. But what I want to bring attention to is data center can be anywhere. You should think the bigger picture. You should follow the global practices, because if all government missions, they start building their own data center, the cost which we have seen across industries, almost 3 to 4 times the cost that you invest in developing a data center rather than outsourcing it, which is a global trend. We really see that DC built across across the globe is drastically reducing. We really don't find much challenges in pitching in DC services or a third-party large clouds in US and Europe than in India, because here people want to have that captive thing, or they want to have their in-house built data center, which almost costs them 2 to 3 times more. On the contrary, the level of services, I tell you, if you visit a data center like ours, even in order to enter the data center, there are 7 layers of security before you can reach out to your infrastructure. Not only these are 7 layers of security, they are constantly logging in who has entered. They are also logging in the identification of the person who has entered. They are also logging in whether this person is authorized, and they are also keeping a data of that authorization detail, that how this authorization has reached us. Maintaining such services by any state data center is really very costly. It is very costly. That's why I said, you will not be able to maintain the service levels. At the same time, the best practices cannot be implemented. So again, my humble request, very key point, in order to have the right set of data center and global practices, just think that your data center can be anywhere in India. You see that our data presence across India, we have kept it to the places where we can have multiple and redundant power availability. We can have redundant and continuous connectivity, right? So that's where, again, this is one of the key things. Second key thing about data centers is, whenever we are talking about data centers, the one thing which comes to mind is security. Now, the security threats with the emergence of cloud have gone up. You will see that we come across new security threats. When you come across such new threats, what do you need? You need a data center provider like us, who can do the managed services, who has been present in the security domain, who can help you, deal with such security threats. And we ensure the highest levels of security. Even Government of India has shown a lot of interest towards the compliances which they have hold towards security and the data centers and the infrastructure. I think, DITI and MITI, we really see that, they have already empaneled multiple service providers. They have gone through thorough audit. We have been one of them, and we cleared both the compliances. And even more than this, we have been able to help lot of large enterprises who are already, we have almost 150 plus banks hosted with us, including the small cooperative banks and the banking websites. They are hosted with us, and you can understand what level of security threats they must have been going through. It is a map of our presence across India: Noida, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, wherever we can get multiple power, redundant connectivities, thick pipes, wherever we can get redundant power availability to give you a continuous supply. Be it Chennai floods or Mumbai floods or any unrest in anywhere, we were never down even for 1 minute in terms of the data center. So I just, rather than pitching my point, my key point is it should be continuously available, because cloud and data center are the brain of the smart city mission. right? We see that right now we are hosting the largest data center space across India. We would be very keen to contribute and continue to contribute. We have been contributing to so many missions across India. We would love to see that we are able to contribute more and more. Rather than DC built, we are able to save money to all these great missions by hosting them in our data centers, which are already compliant and cleared all the compliances from Government of India, right? As I said about all our managed services, it is important that we have been able to contribute to so many existing, government customers, the public missions, and at the same time, our entire presence is coming from 2,000 plus customers from the large enterprises, including the BFSI vertical. We also have a trading sector is totally hosted with us. We also have a data center with Bombay Stock Exchange itself. That shows the seriousness of the enterprise level services that we offer and what we can contribute to the smart city mission and objectives. At the same time, in terms of startups, even Flipkart, Jabong, as I mentioned yesterday, also Flipkart, Jabong, Snapdeal, they started with us and they continued this great journey. We all are proud of them being, Indian entities. They continued this journey with us and we have been able to contribute. So I welcome startups also to come along with us and see that the kind of legacy we have in terms of enterprise domain. We are very open that if government missions or even startups, they come to us and they want to do some of POC, we have our own R&D teams and we do, contribute a lot in terms of, getting them startup. We even help them, as I mentioned, about some of the names right now, but a lot of them started with us and we are very keen to contribute in both these segments, be it government missions or be it these startups. We really feel the proud. The reason is we ourselves started as a small company from a small garage. And today we are 1,000 crore plus companies, Indian born startup, and we have grown this much. Not only this much, today entity Japan has taken over this company, and they are again a global leader in terms of the data centers with their presence in 180 plus countries, right? So this journey has given us a kind of confidence that what Indian startups can do. So really thank you so much for hearing, and we are very keen to contribute to both the missions. You can get in touch with us. And any further questions, I can take it one-on-one. Thank you so much for hearing and bearing with me so patiently. I wish a great success to both the missions of startup as well as the smart city mission. Thank you so much.